Hello everyone, I am here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. You might have been watching me before and then I disappeared. If so, I apologize for that because technical difficulties, but it's all okay. We're back. Hopefully we don't have any other issues. So yes, if you're just joining me, which most of you are, I am at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and I am currently in line for Kilimanjaro Safaris. So pretty soon we'll be checking out some animals. It's raining. The temperature has ranged anywhere from 79 degrees now to 82. And I think that covers everything we talked about until it dropped out the first time. So getting pretty close to boarding the vehicle. Just probably another 5-10 minutes.
Right outside, right in front. Oh, really? It's not that far right there. Okay, so if you're like the bar is like right here, and then the entrance to the bar is right there. Like right here.
I may go on Everest. I don't know yet. Depends on what's going on with the rain situation. I'm assuming Rhino's at his house. Rhino's not really feeling going to the park yet. He's not up to it. He'll make exceptions, but not on the regular. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. Or Antonio, sorry, I misread that.
Cheetahs and lions are killed for their coats.
Dinosaur earlier was posting as a 15-minute wait, but it was walk-on. Past couple times I was looking at that area, so, or randomly people were stopping in the pre-show room when they didn't have to and they could just walk on, so that was causing it to look like there was a line even though there wasn't.
I was born here, and my whole life I was taught that what you see with your eyes, you value with your heart.
Yeah. Pete and I are going to be at Epcot on Wednesday, I believe, but I don't know if we're going to be live streaming since it's his first time in there, but he will be in the parks on Wednesday. And no, I only have one phone right now, so I realized I have my old phone at home that I could easily just use with Wi-Fi and not necessarily need I don't necessarily need data for it, but I just forgot to bring it today. And yes, when Pete goes in the parks, if he goes into Epcot first, that will be his first time in any park at all. He stayed at Bay Lake Tower when that reopened, but that was the only thing he's really done. And then a couple times at Disney Springs, but I believe Disney Springs is kind of what put him over the edge on wanting to visit the parks for a while.
You guys all together?
I'm not with them.
Ladies, you can move up to the next screen marker. Ladies, move up to the next screen marker. There you go.
Thank you.
Once aboard the safari transport, next you may see them with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your first will be arriving shortly.
See, I actually do not like the World Show place where the mac and cheese is and everything else in the food and wine. I don't care for inside spaces as much as possible. And so that is just one giant inside space with who knows what circulating. And I'm not even talking about COVID. I'm just talking in general. You never think about how disgusting these places are until something like this happens. Anthony, at some point I will be doing live stuff from there, but a big issue is you can't film on like anything at Universal, so it'll just be like walking tours and stuff. But nothing like exciting like this where we're going on attractions. I only go to Disney Springs when it's actually slow, so I can't really comment on what it's like at night. I don't go there at night. I don't have a reason to go there at night.
Stick the big thing, the whole walk around the big thing up your nostrils. Yeah, maybe I'll hit her with the big
Feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. You transform from the
when we get home, that's actually the big staple thing. Maybe while we're in the shower. I thought
Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuide a sus niños. Gracias. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Giraffe wildlife.
There's not a particular park that I feel safest at because all the parks got put through the same procedures and stuff in terms of becoming safer and such. It's the guests that are the problem in any of this. Hello, just one. 5? Thank you. Yeah. What I've noticed with face masks today, and it's something I've noticed the past couple times, it is predominantly men who will not cover up their nose. And I'm seeing that like all the time. And then oddly enough, one of the other weird things that I'm seeing a lot of is when did like disposable cameras come back and become a thing that everyone loves? Because I've seen so many people walking around with disposable cameras.
Jumbo friends, my name is James. I'll be your safari guide as we make our journey through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. I have a couple of at all times. keeping that facial covering over your mouth and nose at all times as well. Less people in the trucks, that will make for a bit bumpier of a ride today. Make sure you do stay seated and keep a tight grip on any loose articles you might have. This is a photo safari, so take all the photos or videos that your heart desires, but be advised that we can't stop for every single animal that we see out there today. The animals don't stop for me, so I cannot always stop for them. Have your phone's cameras out ready on an action or sport setting to get the best possible photos. And Monday, let's go see what we can find. Up on your right-hand side here, you'll notice an okapi with the black and white stripes on their legs. Leads many to believe that they might be related to the zebra. In reality, though, they are not. Okapis are the only living relative to a giraffe. Once again, folks, you have to keep your facial covering over your mouth and your nose. Hi there, my friend in the red shirt. All right, moving on. You will have a saddle-fed stork over here on the left-hand side. That stork stands almost 5 feet tall and has a wingspan of 7 to 10 feet. That's as wide as the canopy that is currently above your heads. Rather than living in a flock or group like most other birds, storks tend to live in monogamous pairs with one mate that they'll meet and then stay with for the entirety of their lives together. And on the right-hand side, guys, some bongos. Bongos are nicknamed the ghost of the forest due to their very shy and reclusive nature, are hardly ever seen. But guys, look up on the left-hand side. There's a black rhinoceros as well. That black rhino weighs 2,000 to 3,000 pounds when fully grown. Sadly, though, less than 5,000 black rhinoceros remain in the entire world today. They are heavily poached for their horns, which many believe to carry medicinal properties. And in reality,
Just want to point out I was wearing a blue
the
shirt.
same material that makes up your fingernails and your hair. Para se seguri doggy, sui sus niños, siguiente, gracias. Many animals that live in these deeper, denser forests, not just in Africa, but across the entire globe, will be experiencing in some recent years a lot of habitat loss as a result of deforestation. So I cannot stress to you enough the importance of recycling, especially your paper products. It's the little stuff we do today that can make a big difference going down the line for animals like Nile hippopotamus. The Nile hippo can weigh up to 5,500 pounds when fully grown. Babies born at an average around 85 pounds. They do have very sensitive skin, so like to spend most of their day in the water to then get more active up on the land at nighttime. Hippos also dubbed by many to be the most dangerous animal in all of Africa because of their remarkably territorial nature. Lots of birds over here on the left-hand side on this island. Mostly going to be pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the pink coloring that appears on their back during mating season. Pelicans are among the oldest genus of animals still alive today. Their fossil records date back the earliest pelicans to nearly 40 million years ago. So they have withstood the test of time, and there are still 8 different species of pelicans who live to tell that tale today. Heading across this bridge, folks, where you'll see Nile crocodiles in the water and land below. Nile crocodiles can be sometimes over 16 feet tall, long when fully grown. That's as long as a giraffe is tall, absolutely massive. Having a lifespan of right around 40 years, and while they may look kind of scary, those crocs are really great parents. It's time for their young calves. They will roll the eggs around in their mouths. It softens up the shell. Makes the hatching process much easier for their young. Gentle with the eggs, not so gentle, however, with just about everything else. Nile crocodiles can't clamp down with more than 2,500 pounds of force per square inch inside their powerful jaws. Making it on up to some higher ground here out of the river. Next stop today is the Serengeti grasslands of the Savannah, home to many of Africa's more migratory species that like to come and go across these vast open fields. Coming right down here, guys. But first off, behind those trees, you're going to see some zebras. Those are Hartman's Mountain zebras, known as social non-territorial animals, play very well with others. Oftentimes they will merge their herds alongside other groups of animals like wildebeest and Angolan cattle over here as well on the right-hand side. Angolan cattle, also known as the Watusi cattle after the Watusi tribe that first domesticated them and are the only domesticated animals on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And see them again on the other side, lots of giraffe over here as well. Giraffes are the tallest animals on Earth. These are Maasai giraffe. You can tell it by their more uneven, splotchy fur coloring. A reticulated giraffe is going to look a bit more even and checkered. Look over here to the left though, guys. There's a pair of spotted hyenas. Hyenas are famous for their high-pitched laughing sound that they make in the Lion King movie. Back horns on their head. They use those horns as a great defense mechanism against predators rather than most other antelopes. Then go ahead and just try to run away instead. Getting back into these giraffes as well. Arce seguridade, sus animales, silencio por favor. Giraffes do spend basically all day thinking about one thing and one thing only. That will be food. 16 to 22 hours of a giraffe's day every single day is spent either actively eating or grazing to see what they'd like to eat next. While only about 30 minutes of a giraffe's day is typically spent sleeping. They like to take their sleep, the giraffe will, in 5 to 10 minute power naps throughout the course of their day. This antelope over on the right hand side as well is an eland. Elands are the second largest of the world's antelopes. Males about 6 feet tall, females 5 feet tall, both over 1,000 pounds. It's absolutely massive as far as antelope standards go. Another one of the Angolan cattle we saw earlier over on the right hand side. Hi there, friends. My first couple rows, we gotta be more quiet. It does disturb the animals. You guys gotta talk quieter. You gotta quiet down a little bit. Silencio, por favor. Over on the right-hand side, you will notice lots of wildebeest laying down up there. Wildebeest are the second most condensely populated animals in the world, second behind only us as humans. Wildebeest known to live in herds of over 1.5 million in just a single herd. They believe in strength in numbers. The more of them, the less likely they are to be singled out by a predator who's on their hunt. So, the large group settings make them feel much more safe and secure. Starting to approach some trees that have been knocked down up ahead. That is a good sign. We could be headed for elephant country soon today. Elephants won't knock down these trees on purpose. They are just simply looking for something to scratch their sides up against. Don't always know their own strength, so sometimes they do knock over a tree or two in the process. First, some monkey business occurring on the left-hand side, though. Those are mandrills. Mandrills are the largest monkeys in the world. They weigh about 100 pounds when they're fully grown. They do have the bright blue and red facial features. That reminds you a lot like Rafiki from The Lion King. In the Swahili language, the word Rafiki, it means friend, and mandrills have been known to live in groups of up to 1,300 or more. On the right-hand side as well, folks, you will indeed see a beautiful African elephant over there, the largest land mammal on Earth, weighing in at about 12,000 pounds when they're fully grown. To be that large, you need a pretty steady diet. It is estimated that in a single day, the African elephant consumes about as much food as a human will over the course of an entire year. They can consume about 5 100 pounds of vegetation in just a single day. An increasing issue in the lives of not just elephants, but animals across the entire globe in recent years is going to be the habitat loss as a result of expanding human populations. So what I mean when I say that is, human populations growing rapidly across the entire globe. Some experts estimate that in Africa alone over the next 50 years, the population could double continent-wide. So if you double the entire population of a whole continent, I don't care which continent it is, that's a lot more land and a lot more natural resources you're taking up. So there's a very fine line over these next few decades that we have to walk where we accommodate the expanding human population while also making sure we do everything in our power to try and preserve the habitats which have belonged to animals like the African elephant for thousands of years before we ever thought of having to inhabit them. Now I know that sounds like a lot of work, but there are many ways you can help out animals from home, and that's the easiest thing to do is by using the 3 R's of conservation, as we call them. And they are reduce, reuse, and recycle. So you reduce your use of natural resources, you find reusable alternatives to single-use products, and then always recycle, 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 guys. A lot more than just beyond your papers and plastics. You can recycle everything from paper products to your electronics like cell phones and laptops. You'd really be amazed at how much stuff can be recycled, but we just don't even know about it. So always make sure before you throw something out to double check that there's not a chance it could potentially be recycled instead. Shifting gears back into animals though, to see lots of greater flamingos over here. They are both the largest and lightest pink in their coloring of all the world's flamingos. When they first hatch though, they will not be white and pink. They're going to look like the little grayish white and black ones you notice over here on the islands. So when first hatched, they're basically completely gray and black. And then over the first year or so of their lives, they'll turn slightly white and then into that white and pink coloring. They get that through their diet by eating lots of brine shrimp, very high in beta-carotene, which gives them that lovely pink coloring. When they are together in a group setting like they were back there, they're known as a flamboyance of flamingos. Over here on the right, guys, that's going to be a water buck hanging out in that little alleyway there. Water buck, one of the few non-migratory antelopes in the world. They don't migrate because, as the name water buck suggests, they drink a lot of water. So much so that once they find a river, they just decide that that is their home and they're never going to be out of walking distance from that river to ensure that they always have ample supply ready for them. And up here on the left, folks, a pair of cheetahs. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals on Earth, accelerating. Oh, a third one over there actually as well. They accelerate 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds and reach top speeds altogether of over 70 miles per hour. They are, however, sprinters and not distance runners. You can only maintain that great speed for less than 15 seconds before beginning to tire out, and will shortly thereafter have to take a rest. Another pair of cheetahs up here as well on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay.
Cheetahs, the only of the world's felines who don't have retractable claws. So their claws are out for 24 hours a day to help with traction when running at those great speeds. Headed though from big cat territory to more big cat territory up here. This rock formation called the Kofi, most notably known to be the homes of lions. Now lions, largely inactive about 16 to 20 hours every single day, and they most active late at night when they have much improved vision. So they like to rest up during the day, kind of preserve that energy for the more active night times. Does look like we're in luck today though, guys. There is a beautiful male lion as well as a female lioness up there. Now the male, he is without a doubt the dominant one amongst the pride of lions. However, it will be the female lioness who are the hunters of the group. Very rare you never see a male lion actively out on the hunt. Males much prefer to stay back and act as a babysitter over the rest of the pride and their territory, while the females go off and do the hunting for them. We'll talk about lions a bit more in just a minute, but I do also want to point out this Bontebok right here. Bontebok, oh, a second lioness behind them as well, or in front of them rather. Bontebok at one point in time were overhunted to the point that there were just 17 left in the entire world. But through conservation efforts, I'm very happy to say that there are now more than 2,500 Bontebok alive and well in the world today. Really awesome to get to see those lions, and it's definitely a little bit early for them to be out. So really cool to get to see them out today. Turning this next corner, guys, to see some ostrich. Ostrich are the largest birds in the world. However, flightless, they can reach top speeds right around 45 miles per hour when they're fully grown. They use their large wings to act as rudders so they can change direction very quickly and efficiently when running at those great speeds. Another water buck way over there, as well as lots of white rhinoceros over here. Now, unlike the black rhino we saw earlier, these white rhinoceros much larger. They tip the scales at over 5,000 pounds when fully grown. Also going to be the more social of the world's rhinoceros. Black rhinos very territorial, so they live solitary and alone, while white rhinoceros do live in groups known as a crash of rhinos. I do want to circle back to lions again for just another minute, guys, because they are going through a bit of a population crisis in recent years. In 1994, when the original Lion King movie came out, there were over 30,000 wild lions in the world. But when you flash forward last year to 2019, when we re-released The Lion King, we've lost over half of the world's lions in that time span. That is an absolutely staggering number, and a change has to be made, and a big one, to preserve those lions from a potential extinction scare over the coming decades. So the Disney Conservation Fund has teamed up with Protect the Pride, an initiative dedicated to doubling the number of wild lions. Before the year 2050 is the goal. You can go to protectthepride.org to learn more information, or go to any merchandise location here in Disney's Animal Kingdom and make a donation to the Disney Conservation Fund. Be part of that change. Disney does match your donation dollar for dollar, so a $1 donation equals $2 donated on your behalf to help out animals like lions and rhinos like we saw today. Last year alone, the Disney Conservation Fund donated over $8 million in animal relief efforts. And folks, we are just about back on into the village now, which means we're gonna have to get going and get you back on your adventures here in just a minute. I hope we saw some of your favorite animals out there today, maybe even learned some fun new facts along the ride as well. I'll always encourage you, come back, see us again at Kilimanjaro Safaris. No two safaris will ever be the same. You just never know what you might find out there. It is definitely wild, to say the least. If anybody has any questions for me about something they either saw on the reserve or just about animals in general after you exit this truck, feel free to climb into my front row. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have to the absolute best of my abilities. And friends, here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. Goodbyes are just far too sad, far too final for us. So what I'm going to leave you with instead is a Swahili phrase, kwaherini, which means to go well. So wherever your adventures take you today, my friends, whether that be Disney's Animal Kingdom or beyond, kwaherini. Go well, go wild, go out there and make a difference in the lives of animals. I know that you have it in you. Once again, my name is James. It has been an absolute honor and a pleasure being your safari guide. Any questions? Up to the front at this time. If not, though, kwaherini. go well and have a wonderful rest of your day. Holding. Watch that step down, double check those rows, don't want to leave anything behind. Go well.
Oh man. So, whoa, my hair is all over the place there. James is a saint. He was a very good safari driver, one of the best ones I've ever had, but my goodness, the way he kept his patience was just second to none. So, good for him. Okay, so that was the first bit of fun for today. I hope to have a little bit more. Maybe, I don't know. It all depends on the rain. Because I am going to have to turn this off as soon as it starts raining again, which I feel like we have a break because I see a little sun up ahead. Yeah, no Primeval World today. That is not an option, but what do you all want to go do? I know Everest is on the list. Since I am very close to Pandora, do we want to go do River Journey? See how fast we can fall asleep? Do we want to do some trails? What do we want to do? Okay, we're seeing a lot of Dino come in, seeing a little Pandora, seeing a little... I mean, we can do it. We can do it all. So, okay, I'm going with Navi. I feel like that's the feel like that's what people want. So, fortunately, it's always like the longest wait of any attraction here at Animal Kingdom right now. So, let's just go do it. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around now. I wish I could do a green beer today, but I do not. I'm not doing a beer today. No drinking for me today. Because after I get home tonight, I have to work out. And if I start drinking, I am not going to work out. No, I cannot go to Hollywood Studios. I am stuck here. No park hopping. Pete and I will be at Epcot on Wednesday. I don't know if we'll be live streaming because it's his first time back in the parks and such. I know we're gonna concentrate on making sure that he's comfortable and he's getting what he wants to out of a park day. If we end up streaming, then we stream. If we don't, we don't. It's you still got this one today. I know it's more fun if he's here, but it's you have me. I'm okay. I'm not the worst. I'm gonna take you on attractions you don't like today, but that's the only way I'm the worst in that regard. Oh, I think we got a little fun coming up here on the left. Oh, that is one of those wild Pocahontas and Miko sightings. I don't believe they're signing anything from the boat. Wingapo! I don't know if you all know how lucky you are to realize that we just got to see Pocahontas go just around the river bend. Was that too on the nose? I don't know if you were, I didn't see the name, but someone asked about why can't you give us money? I'm assuming you're asking why don't we have Super Chat available, and we do not have Super Chat available because it is not something we want to explore. If anyone's inside that Harambe house right now and wants to let me in, that would be really gracious, but I'm assuming that's no one watching the stream live right now. That's okay. No, we don't do Super Chat on here. You know, we always ask that if you want to help support us, the best way you could do so is by booking your next Disney vacation, whether it's Disney Cruise Line, Walt Disney World, whatever Disney destination you want through Dreams Unlimited Travel. That's the first way you can help us. Second way is our Patreon, patreon.com/DIS Unplugged. And that is preferred to us because then we can actually give you content in return, exclusive content that you have there. So at least then it doesn't feel like you're giving us money and all we're doing is just what we normally do. At least on Patreon, we're giving you something extra. So that's why we do that. And then, of course, there's other ways we've talked about before, you know, Magic Candle Company, of course. If you use offer code DisneyInfo, then you can get a discount, and that helps us as well, too. Perry Otter, I believe it has to be within 30 days to transfer a reservation to Dreams. I'm not positive though. There's a travel agent in here, they can help, but I want to say 30. Hi. Okay, the sound is transitioning over as we make our way into the Valley of Moara.
Thank you for visiting us today. Just a few reminders. Please wear a face covering at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary. Clean your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distance.
Matthew, I started this on Wi-Fi, but I think it disconnected twice while I was in line. Well, actually 3 times while I was in line for Kilimanjaro Safaris, so bad that the first stream I actually started today, it only went on for 4 minutes, and then I got disconnected. Had to start over completely. But I have no idea what it's actually on right now, so I tried Wi-Fi, but I think it just didn't work. And the crowd level that you see around here today, it's a little lighter because it did rain really badly about an hour ago, but in as a general sense, this is pretty typical for what crowds have been, just a little bit lighter. And right now we don't have a schedule for live streams because I don't know necessarily when I'm going to be in the parks. And then on top of that, I don't know when I'm going to be able to based on weather. I know a lot of other people, schedule out what they're doing and they try to hit that mark, but that's just not me. It's going to be more of a surprise thing. If you ask me when my next park date is, I'll be able to tell you when it is, and that'll give you a good idea of whether or not there'll be a stream. But I was going to post something earlier today saying okay, I'm going going live at 2 o'clock. And at 2 o'clock, it was starting to really rain badly here. And I ended up doing it for a while. So I would have missed it. Okay. We've got the Navi River journey up ahead. 10-minute wait. Hopefully that means walk on. Flight of Passage. When I went by that earlier, it was 10-minute wait as well. I did go on it, and it was actually about a 15-20 minute wait, but that's because it was right when it started raining and everyone rushed the line at the same time. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, enjoy.
Thank you. So I would go on Flight of Passage, but the problem is I don't know what to do with y'all during that time. That's hilarious. I feel so bad. That little kid just fell in a bush. I don't think you could see it in the video. But he was walking and he just fell down. See, I feel like I could potentially stick you in the cubby and point it at that, but I don't know, you know, I wouldn't know what's happening to the phone while it's happening. I just don't know if I could trust it. Oh gosh, there's actually a wait here. Honestly, with Flight of Passage 2, you're not supposed to be allowed to record it at all, so there's also that aspect. I know it's technically, if you sit the camera in the cubby just while you're waiting, it's not quite the same thing, but I'm definitely going to do Everest and we'll do Dinosaur. I mean, Dinosaur, I know it's going to be hard to see anything, but I'm not mad because it's a 10-minute wait. I mean, I'd be mad at Navi River Journey even if it was a walk-on, because it's Navi River Journey. It's very pretty. Look at that wicker work. It's all the wicker. they could probably actually take some of the wicker from Pier 1 since that's closing. It is closing, right? I don't know. I feel like the last time I drove past one, it said going out of business sale or something. Maybe. I just don't know. And this is why you're watching this stream, so we can talk about important stuff like Pier 1 imports. Who cares about Disney when we can just talk about Pier 1 imports? Everything must go. I am not doing It's Tough to Be a Bug because if you try to record in It's Tough to Be a Bug, they shine a flashlight at you. So no. But I can sing you all the songs from It's Tough to Be a Bug if you'd like. Just not today. Why a flashlight? I feel like because if they walked out in front of people to try to tell someone to put their phones and cameras away, then that would be more disruptive than a flashlight from far away. I wouldn't say that DAC is a half-day park, especially because we are 5-6 days away, 7, 8, I don't know, 7 or 8 days away from the hour change, where all the park hours are getting cut, and that's going to have a big impact on all the parks. You'll still be able to accomplish everything you want at Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and Epcot. I don't know why I just stopped thinking and talking there, but yeah, it's Magic Kingdom. You'll still be able to get done everything that you want to, but if you want to do everything like I tried to do the one time, that's where it's going to be tough. Because I know at Animal Kingdom, or at Magic Kingdom, I don't know why I just apologized to you.
Coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
Thank you. Magic Kingdom, I needed all but I watched a little bit of Molly's video when she tried to do it a week or two ago, and I think she needed basically the entire day as well too, and she finished with minutes left, so I don't know if Magic Kingdom will be able to be accomplished all in one day once the park hours are cut, but Tom Sawyer is the attraction that kind of ruins the all day because it takes so long to get over there and then walk all the way around and then get back. Hello. Yep. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I did not say 600 whatever. I didn't even realize he was talking to me until the very last second. That's my boat. Whee! Thank you. Oh gosh.
Thank you for visiting us today. Just a few reminders. Please wear a
Was that really 3 minutes?
except when actively
Oh man,
eating or drinking while
glasses fogging, because that felt like forever. Oh man, I'm fogging. It's humid. It's all happening. It's okay. Luckily, there's no one for me to run into in front of me. I look like an idiot. Yeah, if you want to hit that like button, I won't complain. If you want to hit that dislike button, I won't complain. But just hit some button or subscribe. That's also a good button. All good buttons. Okay. I think we said, what did we say next? Did we say dinosaur? We said dinosaur. I think we did. Okay. See, as far as the dislikes go, here's the deal. In terms of the grand scheme of YouTube algorithms and such, they take any engagement as engagement. So even if you hit that thumbs down, it still is active engagement, and that's important to them. So I'd prefer thumbs up. That looks better because more people will see it and be like, oh, this has so many thumbs up. I probably want to watch that. At the same time, I guess if it has enough thumbs down, people are like, well, how bad is this that has that many thumbs down? I don't know. But, yeah. Thumbs up keep me employed. But, okay. I'm turning it around. Boop.
For the health and safety of everyone, please wear a face covering at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary.
That's one of Rhino's favorite walls right there, the Lion King wall. One of the Lion King walls.
When coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distance.
The weather's good. There's a nice little breeze running through here now. And so, yeah, with no sun out, and then that small breeze, and it didn't get extremely humid after the rain. This is like peak park temperatures right now. I am loving this weather, but yeah, I do know that it is raining just north and other areas around here. So it's Florida is just so funny in that way, like any place. But I've had a couple times this week where it's been pouring at my house, and as soon as I get 2 miles down the road, coming towards Disney property, it just completely goes away. That actually happened today. Kylie was asking me if I was really going to leave the house and come to the parks because it was just downpouring at our house. And yeah, a mile later, it was clear. There was a little bit of sun. And then I had two solid hours of joy before the rain started here. So here's a spoiler for my upcoming video if I didn't give it yet. Last time I did a live stream, y'all forced me into eating a Ronto wrap when I had other dining plans in mind So this time I did my dining when I got into the parks. And I went to Flame Tree Barbecue because we know how I talk about how I'm a self-proclaimed barbecue snob, the self-proclaimed DIS expert of barbecue, which makes no sense and means absolutely nothing. But I was like, you know what? Regal Eagle is such a good quick service restaurant. And Polite Pig, a lot of people love it. I think it's good. I think it's overpriced. But it's good. And so I wanted to go to Flame Tree because I know a lot of people still love Flame Tree. Even though there's superior places to eat here at Animal Canteen, I still wanted to see, like, is it decent? Is it good? And that's all I'm saying. I'm not giving away anything else. Polite Pig, and yes, Polite Pig was part of Cask and Larder, and Cask and Larder has been dissolved and turned back into a new location for Ravenous Pig, but they still serve the Cask and Larder beers. And now Cask and Larder, fun fact, if you go to Polite Pig and you like the beers that they have on tap there, if you have a car and you can drive off property, you can go to Total Wine and you can pick up a 4-pack of like the 5 Points IPA or any of their 3 other beers. And you can get a 4-pack for $12 versus, I believe, like $10 or $11 for one draft while you're sitting at Polite Pig. Oh, Trey, thank you. I forgot about the Cask and Larder inside the airport. So that's in the Southwest Terminal. We are Delta people, so unfortunately, we only have the garbage Bahama Breeze and Chili's at the Delta Terminal, which just is not fair. But if it's a long enough time in between when I get to the airport and when my flight leaves, I will go through security to go to the Southwest Terminal, sit at Cask and Larder, and then once I have to get back to my terminal, then I'll ride the tram back over, go through security again if I have to, and then deal with it that way. And my problem is it has nothing to do with the chain restaurants that's inside the airport. It's just an airport is a great place for local flavors to be set up. So it's either your first taste of the city that you're visiting as you come in, or the last taste as you're it's cool to be able to go to the Cask and Larder one and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting an actual Florida specialty restaurant right here in the airport before I leave, and Chili's in the airport Chili's, the airport Fridays. That's what we had back in Pittsburgh. Hello. And that's been my TED Talk. Hi. The glorious sounds of squishing feet. Pre-show.
Which is a
Hello. Thank you. One. Thank you. So only the left side is loading right now. Nothing over there on the other side.
Time travelers, place all loose items in the pouch in front of you. Fasten your seatbelt and remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the time rover. And please watch children. Atención, guarden todos los artículos sueltos, abróchense los cinturones y permanezcan sentados con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Vigilen a sus niños.
Thank you. Oh, that was awkward. I've never had to put a bag in.
Time travel commencing in T-minus 10 seconds and counting.
This is Seeker. Listen up. We've got where that asteroid hits. Let's roll. Okay, now let's go get that dino. Computer, what are you tracking?
Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
Warning, meteor shower in range.
Just little one.
Hyenas. Hadrosaur. Raptor.
Time to get serious. Watching autopilot on homing signal now. Hang on! I'm tracking a big dino on the scope. Could be ours. Computer, full stop. Identify.
Carnotaurus.
Definitely not our dino. Go, go, go! Another big guy coming up. Computer. Slow and identify.
Sauropod.
Still not our dino, but at least this one's a vegetarian.
Asteroid impact in 90 seconds.
We better move it.
Pterodactyl.
Incoming!
Asteroid impact in 60
We
seconds.
can't stop now. Keep going, keep going.
Compsognathus.
Computer, what's happening?
Loss of traction.
Four-wheel drive, move it!
Warning, meteor strike.
Evasive maneuver! Left! Right! Left! Right! That's close. Computer, now what?
Carnotaurus.
That's it! Abort mission! Abort! Abort!
Iguanodon.
Forget it! Get them out now!
Asteroid impact.
Brace yourself! They're not gonna make it! They're not gonna make it!
Mission accomplished.
You made it! I knew you would. And guess who made it back with you? I better find him before security does. Thanks for everything!
Oh boy. And now there's no one here.
Please gather personal belongings from the pouch in front of you and remain seated until the rover comes to a complete stop.
I did survive, but barely. The hardest part was getting my bag in the pouch by myself. I do have people behind me, and now I feel bad that I had my bright screen on. Take care. Look, no one. There is no one. I'm surprised they didn't ask me if I wanted to stay on. I probably wouldn't because... Hey, Fergie. Bye. Have a good day. Yeah, I don't think I would have stayed on just because, well, it's really dark. And I'm sure y'all could only see like half of that anyways. But it was fun for the one time. And he'd been asking for Everest, so I'm gonna go to Everest. And now I'm fogging, so I'm gonna turn you back around. Sunshine, whoa, I'm walking on sunshine, whoa, walking on sunshine, whoa, and don't it feel good? Hey, oh yeah, hey. Here we go. I'll just edit this out later if it's a copyright strike. Here we go, Primeval Whirl. And nope. Oh. So sad. So sad. Okay, should we play this game? I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. One, please. I can wait. Okay, they're not getting it. Maybe this game? One, please. Nope, not getting it. Not anatomically correct, I think. Good luck explaining that one to your kids. Oh no, Jackie, we weren't looking at the belly. I hear a train whistle off in the distance. Oh man, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Okay. I have no idea what's going on there and why no one's saying anything. Because you can't eat in line. And you need the distance when you're not wearing a mask. I did not see your question about the Polynesian, though.
Sí, bien, porque yo, mira, cuando esa cosa empieza a trabajar, yo voy a morir. Yo pensando en tu contigo y muriendo. Los nervios. Sorry.
Look at that scat. It's all about that scat. I don't think there's anything that I currently miss. You know, maybe some of the hotels being open, but it's not even like I stayed at them often, just visiting them. I miss being able to just pop in for like 2 hours at night as a local, but beyond that, there's really not that much. Because I feel like all of the best restaurants have pretty much opened up. There's a couple exceptions here and there.
Lo que no pueden hacer en mi experiencia
Mira, con este corazón cerrado.
Expedition Everest team members should proceed to the loading platform. Once on board, please take your seat.
Oh, there's way more space for activities. If we could like, if we could also build bunk beds in here, there'd be even more room for activities. The one. Thank you.
Permanezcan sentados con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y por favor, cuiden a los niños.
Oh no, I can't see well, but it looks like it might have started raining. Rain is no good. We'll get through it though. We'll get through it. My chariot awaits.
Once on board, secure all gear in the cargo bag in front of you. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the ship. Please show attitude. Miembro del equipo de Expedition Everest. Una vez a bordo, coloque sus efectos personales en la bolsa delante de la silla. Para su seguridad, permanezcan
Thank you.
con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y por favor, cuide a los niños.
Oh yeah, it's definitely raining. Holy crap. Sorry about the issues there. So it did not like the connection in there. So about like 2 seconds into the ride, I lost the connection. So when I was trying with my fat fingers to hit reconnect, it ended up turning off the gimbal, and that's when we went crazy. So then I left it off, but then it just kept reconnecting the entire ride. So, lesson learned. It does not like Everest. So I apologize that. I apologize for that. I know how excited y'all were to ride Everest, but I can't help it that there's no connection in the ride. I can give you a play-by-play. What happened? You know, first we went up, and then we went down, and then we went around. And while we were going around, we kept going around. And then we went up, and we went really far up. And then we went slightly down. And then we twisted up and to the left, and the track stopped. And then we went backwards and down. And then eventually we stopped. And when we stopped, we looked up and we saw a Yeti. And at that point, then we went down and we twisted around to the left. And then we kind of moved the other direction, and there was ups, and then there was more downs and ups and downs, and then there was like a helix. There was a helix, and we were going around and around. And then we went down one more time, and at that point, we were down for good. We were down.
Thank you
But
for visiting us today. Just a few reminders. Please wear a face covering at all times.
We made it.
Actively eating or drinking.
And that's it.
Stationary. Clean your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
Okay. Turn around my hat. We have done what? Safaris. We started at safaris. And then from there, we went to Navi River Journey. And from there, we tried Expedition Everest. And now, oh wait, just Dinosaur in between. And then Everest there, and my play-by-play of Everest. So someone asked for Gorilla Falls Expedition, so I'll walk over there, and yeah, we'll do the one trail. And then after that, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to worry about this rain. So we already went on the safari. Emma, I don't know if that's your full name. I don't believe it is, but we already went on the safari. It was fun. You should have joined us. Our driver yelled at the family who was sitting in rows 1 and 2 over and over again because they were screaming and not wearing masks. It was a great time. We saw lions. There was no tigers, but we saw lions. There was bears, but there was lions. And I want to say there was a giraffe or two, some hyenas. It's good stuff. Play-by-play. So Flight of Passage, you're technically not allowed to hold anything when you're on the ride. And as people were telling me, technically you can prop up. Like in this case, I could set the gimbal on its tripod. I could put it in the cubby and just have it pointing at the screen while it was going. I mean, I guess technically that's a loop around in terms of the rules of no filming and stuff on it, but I'm not quite there at it. It's my second time doing this live stuff in the park, so it's if you want the experience of Flight of Passage later on, I'll reenact it for you. It starts with a lot of ums, and you'll fly. Then from there we see Dr. Jacqueline Ogden and Jackie Ogden. She's like, hey, we're gonna link you. You're gonna like it. So then we get linked and we like it. And then after that, we're going to move into the chamber. We're gonna move as far forward in the seat as possible. We're gonna straddle that. And it's gonna feel interesting. It's gonna feel familiar. And we're gonna like it, but we're not gonna understand why we like it. I don't know what the heck I'm saying right now. It's got really weird, and it was my fault. It was completely my fault. But yeah, then you get linked. You get linked with your chicken, and from there you fly around. And every now and then some blue things yell at you and try to give you advice. We don't follow it. And then we end up in a cave, and it's really pretty. The chicken, I think, chased us into the cave. The one chicken chased us into a cave, and then there was the other chicken that was in the cave. And that was the story of Flight of Passage. Then you watch a whale. You watch a whale jump from your chicken on a perch. And that was it. Okay, here we go. Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. So, support your local chickens. Nothing against Tyson, but local chickens, those are local chickens. They need your support in these times. David, I'm not sure who or what a Josh and Jenna is. So okay. Hello. Thank you. It's very peaceful here. I feel like I shouldn't talk. Oh. Well, I apologize for that. I only follow other people that I've really met in this community at events and stuff. So I think I follow them on Twitter, but I don't believe I've ever met them. So hello. They went in? It's all good. All right. What do we got back there? Is that an okapi? I have no idea. He's too far away. I don't know. You see him?
I did see that.
I don't believe that was Randy Newman. However, when I asked him about LA, he did say he loved it. So it might have been. We got birds, people. Lots of birds. We're also going to look at a fish. Those were fish. Jumbo. And those are more fish. Hi. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, we're getting lucky here. Thank you. Look at that. Oh, he just went in. He's gonna swim right up here. Look at that. That's what we call a hippo butt. If I know hippos, he's just going to keep walking in a circle. Nope, he's leaving. He's leaving. I see him walking away. Oh, there he is. Just hovering on the water right now. Oh, going back under. He's going to go the opposite way this time, I think. Look at that magnificent creature. Look at that butt. One last view of the butt before we move on. Okay, one more, because he's going to come back this way. Okay. Well, that was adorable. Jumbo, how are you? Pretty good. They're very far back, yeah.
Go inside for the night soon, so they're eager. But the meerkats have been super active.
Oh yeah, there they are. Look at the little meerkats.
They're eating for bugs right now. Yummy.
Good time because of the rain and such. Yeah,
Exactly. All those earthworms come to the surface.
that makes sense.
They hide during the rain. They don't really like it, but then afterwards. We'll look out up there on the termite mound so he can watch out for his friends while they're busy snacking. And then they'll take turns.
Oh, that's funny. One there. There he is. Standing up there all proud. Then, yeah. See, that's the zebras all the way in the back there. Very far away. Oh, darn, I just missed them running around. But they're the zebras. Huh? Very cute. Thank you.
Gorillas are up ahead.
Excellent.
I see the baby. I think I saw her running around.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Okay, a lot of people with the gorillas. Oh, there's one little one. Hello.
He'll not originally make his way up here.
I want to like say back. Just be like, oh well. We have some water. Do you not play with Corey?
Baby is further down there.
Play with Corey. I figured you'd want to see it.
Oh, he's rolling around.
Gino's he's like, yeah, he's like, what? I didn't really know what to say on the radio for that. Here's Scott from where I am. I need you to come here right now. Yeah, he knows everyone's here.
Scott, I got dropped from Valley.
Yeah, I bumped you out early. I forgot to mention to that.
You're good.
Keep your attention time. Then I have your last.
You're good.
I think he's finally like getting that he's getting older, so he's like, might as well just teach him. I was just thinking like I'm pretty close now, so like yes, I'm getting it. If she gets it right now, she'll get another task. Yeah, except for they put me out already. I'm out by 30. Well, that happened the other day. You guys were tasking, and I had to get my phone out, and you guys started at the wrong time because I got my phone out so late. And I literally had to water bottle right on. So was it bar brown? No, for you? I don't know. Probably. Your phone's out, my Hyenas. Thank you.
I can. I love gorillas. I'm gonna move on though, because they're getting far away.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez. Gosh, they are vicious. I've never seen them that actively playing. They'll play by themselves and throw crap around and stuff. No, I believe that would be Rhino and Fiasco fighting over who gets to order the vegan menu item at a restaurant. When, meanwhile, Pete, myself, everyone else is just looking at them saying, who wants to order the vegan item? Come on now. Hello. Oh yeah, they're playing. They're having a good time right now. Yeah, it's adorable.
Went all in not too long ago.
Okay.
So that's because you're doing takes care of everything.
Exactly. Have a good night. Okay. Making my way downtown. I'm an idiot. Okay. Who knew? It was just the rope that was going to get me. Echo! That's it. Would you trust Disney to set up the arrows correctly? If anything, whatever way the arrows tell you to go, that's the opposite way that you should go. Like, at Publix, they finally got rid of the one-way direction signs on the ground because I think they realized no one was paying attention to them anyways. I cannot walk around the rope. When you walk around the rope, you break the rules. When you break the rules, you have anarchy. I don't know if you've seen me, but I am not the type of person who likes to instill anarchy. I'm the type of person who's going to hit someone when they're down, but I'm not going to start it. Okay. We're gonna go do safaris. Jumbo! I'm gonna do it. Last attraction for the day for me. I'm only doing it because as we passed Gorilla Falls, I saw that there was no one in line, so somebody pick up!
Sometimes our perceptions of animals are clouded by the human qualities we assign them.
Oh, wow.
Let's take a look at some behaviors that seem familiar, yet have very different meanings in the animal world. A judged norm of this might appear to indicate fatigue, but in fact, our will response is action.
I may have my own Jeep at this point. I thought I would come up on at least one person who might have gotten in line in front of me, but no one. I am definitely terrified of ropes, so this is a nightmare for me. Actually, if anyone ever wants to take a class from me, a master class on how to set up queue ropes, I would be more than happy to give it, because I had to build extra queue almost every single day I worked at Forbidden Journey. Jumbo. Thank you. Oh, not by myself, but close enough.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Giraffe Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. You may experience bumps.
People think I'm crazy.
To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions.
Yeah, if only Trey was showing his age. Trey's not showing his age. Trey just got stuck in a time machine back in the late 1940s.
Please keep your party together. Abide by the queue markings and maintain physical distancing between your party and others. Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit, or use the sanitizer dispensing units provided. Thank you.
Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden a sus niños. Gracias. Jumbo, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, You should know that the unpaved roads of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. You may experience bumps and sudden jolts on your safari adventure. To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and
I'm very concerned. I think they got lost out there.
back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expectant mothers should not ride. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly. Asante Sana.
Now's a good time to remind you, please hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so yet. And make sure you're subscribed.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas.
Oh, you already missed our Expedition Everest issues. Too many places where there was no reception, and then my fat fingers turning off the gimbal, trying to hit reconnect over and over again.
You may experience bumps and sudden jolts on your safari adventure. To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure.
I think you might beat me on the attraction right now if you're coming spring 2021.
Remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly. Asante Sana. Enjoy your adventure at Kilimanjaro Safaris. Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Cuiden sus niños. Gracias. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, you should know that
Oh, here we go.
the Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. You may experience bumps and sudden jolts on your safari adventure. To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this
One.
adventure.
Hey, thank you.
Expectant mothers should not ride. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly. Asante Sana.
Okay.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden sus niños.
Asante Sana.
Beep, beep.
As you're saying in Harambe Twin Day, that means let's go.
Beep, beep.
Alright, well once again, Karabuni friends, welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Neil, and I will be your safari guide while we're out on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And while we are out there, it is important to remember to keep your face covering on at all times, so thank you guys in advance for doing that. Also, while we're out here, we hope to find quite a bit of wildlife. So if you take a look above your head, you'll notice there is an animal spotting guide. We might not see every animal that is
I wonder how many people
we do usually have pretty good luck here at
skipped out the first time I was on this,
all that being
and then just tuned back in now and like, what? He's still on this?
Many of the animals that call this forest home are well camouflaged to the environment. That can make them a bit difficult to spot at times. However, if you take a look just there to our right-hand side, you can see that there is an okapi. It's kind of hidden by the bamboo that's to the furthest right of that open space there, but we should be seeing it again once we're a little bit forward here. The okapi is a very elusive animal, so much so that the Western world thought they were just a creature of African folklore until 1901 when they were officially discovered. The stripes that you see on their legs help them blend into the environment, and it does look a bit like broken lightning in the dense canopy of the trees. They also look a bit like zebras because of those stripes, though they are not related to zebras at all. The okapi is in fact the only living relative of the giraffe. Let's take a look here on our right hand side. You can see that there are some greater kudu and one bongo there. greater kudu are the ones with the gray colored fur. The males have very long horns that stick straight up off the top of their heads, so we can tell those two were females because they did not have any horns. Now, I'm thinking that we're probably going to be seeing some more bongos as we move forward, and sure enough, there they are over on our right-hand side. Bongos are also called the ghosts of the forest. That's because they move very silently through the underbrush. Their horns are slanted backwards along their head, which makes it easy for them to maneuver their way through the dense foliage. And as we pass by up here, let's wave to our friends on the left. Jump over.
I waved, just in case anyone was wondering.
We are now leaving the little ice-ready forest and we're making our way toward the Softy River. This Softy River is usually a good place for spotting some of the more aquatic animals of Africa, like the hippopotamus and Nile crocodile.
Ribbidi-doo-doo.
Alright, I'm not seeing anything out here just yet. The river does continue over on our left-hand side though. Oh, and there we go. Quite a few hippos over here. Now, if you see a group of them like that, that is called a bloat of hippos. They're pretty large animals, but in relation to their body weight, they eat a rather small amount. They're also herbivores, meaning their diet consists of only vegetation. Most often we see hippos in the water, so it should come as no surprise that they do a lot of their activities there, including sleeping and even nursing their young. They're also able to hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Alright, take one more look here to our left-hand side. You can see there are several Nile crocodiles just over here. The two that you can see most clearly are the ones that are out on the riverbank.
Hello.
Nile crocodiles are cold-blooded like most reptiles.
Hello.
That just means that they can't regulate their own body temperature. They require external forces to keep them from cooling off. They are also the largest species of crocodile on the African continent. When they're fully grown, Nile crocodiles are about 16 to 20 feet long, meaning they're about as long as a giraffe is tall. Speaking of giraffes, we may find some at our next destination, which is the Savannah. While we're out there, we may also find antelope, wildebeest, elephants, and hopefully we're going to be seeing a few big cats. In addition to all of the animals, there is some interesting and unique plant life we come across on the Savannah. One example of this is the baobab tree, and if you take a quick look here to the right, you'll see one of them. The baobab trees are thousands of years old, which gives them one of their nicknames, the tree.
Wow.
They're also called upside-down trees because they look as though they are planted upside down with their roots sticking into the air. In actuality, their branches are just leafless for about 9 months out of the year during the year to help them conserve water. Well, friends, from here we have an excellent view of the Savannah. We don't see a lot of wildlife hanging out real close to us here, but we are able to see some effects the animals have had on the environment.
Wow.
For instance, just here to our right, we can see that a few trees have been knocked over. That is probably the handiwork of elephants.
Wow.
When they knock the trees over, it allows the sunlight to better nourish the grass, and it creates room for new trees to grow. We can see the giraffes have been using their long necks to reach for the leaves at the tops of the trees, helping to keep the undersides of them pruned. And the grass is kept pretty well maintained by the animals that graze out here, like the various antelope species and the wildebeest.
Wow.
Alright guys, now take a look here on the left-hand side of the vehicle. Hanging out in that den, we can see that there are 2 hyenas. While hyenas look a lot like dogs, they're actually not related to canines. They instead belong in a genus all their own, which is Hyenidae. They're best known for that sort of laughing noise that they make. There are several other noises that they make that you might want to be familiar with if you were ever to hear them out. on a safari. It's very interesting, some of the different sounds they make. One that I have heard most often is sort of a whooping noise. So yeah, many different noises that they make. Now look there to our left. Over there we can also see a few sable antelope. Sable antelope are sort of territorial, so it would make sense that they'd be a little bit more isolated from everybody else. They also have very long, skinny horns, which kind of curve backwards off of their head. They will use those horns as a defensive mechanism to keep predators from jumping onto their back. Mostly hollow with a honeycomb structure that holds them together. Wow! They are able to circulate their blood through their horns, and that helps to keep the Ankole cattle cool during the heat of the day. The smaller antelope that are here on our right-hand side are springbok. As their name would imply, they are excellent jumpers. They can get 6 feet into the air and clear distances of 13 feet with each leap and bound. They're also able to reach a top speed of about 55 miles per hour, which makes those little guys one of the fastest animals on land. You can see that there's actually an Ankole cow that kind of halfway across the road over here. We'll move just a little bit further forward. And we're going to have to take a stop right here.
This was Jungle Cruise, they would just go.
All in all, I would say it wasn't too bad a spot to be stopped.
Shoo.
All right, friends, well, thank you for being patient.
Why did the cow cross the road?
They moved out of the road there. We are going to go ahead and keep on moving forward. And as we move forward here, we can see that there are...
Why did it cross the road?
No two giraffes look exactly alike. Each one has a unique spot pattern, much like each one of us has a unique fingerprint. They are very, very tall animals. When fully grown, they're about 18 to 20 feet tall. Now, a good chunk of their height comes from the fact that they have a very long neck. They actually only have the same number of vertebrae in their neck that we do in ours, though, which is 7. In addition to being very tall, giraffes have long prehensile tongues, which they use to grab the leaves off of the trees. A giraffe's tongue is about as long as the average person's arm is, from the base of the shoulder all the way out to the fingertip.
Wow!
We're going to see another rather large animal just up ahead. Out on our right-hand side, we can see that there is an elephant. Now, usually, if you see a lone elephant, it is a male. The males go off on their own or in loose groups that consist of only males when they are fully matured. He looks to be eating right now.
Wow.
On average, an adult elephant will eat around 500 pounds of food in a day, which sounds like a lot, but relative to their body weight, that is, once again, a rather small amount. It also makes sense that we would find an elephant right around here, pretty near to an area of red clay pits. That is a usual hangout for elephants because play is an essential part of their diet. It gets them nutrients and minerals which they don't get from the plants they would typically eat. Quite sadly, they are losing that habitat due to mining operations for a mineral that is called coltan. Coltan is used in the batteries of cell phones, laptops, and other small electronic devices. The good news is by recycling those items, instead of just throwing them away, we're able to reuse the coltan that has already been acquired. We won't have to mine for more, and we can help to preserve the natural habitat of the elephants.
Wow.
Alright friends, so we have now arrived at the clay pits, and if you take a quick look there to the right, you'll actually notice some tusk marks in the clay. That indicates that elephants have indeed been through this area pretty recently. Those marks may even belong to the elephant that we saw just before we crossed over the bridge. Looks like there's at least one more elephant, I think maybe two, that are hanging out down here. But despite what I said about the males going off on their own, elephants really are pretty social animals. The females stay much closer together than the males do, and their herds are led by the matriarch. That is to say, the oldest female in the herd. Having been around the longest, she knows about the best route to take during migrations and how to best deal with predators. If it's a particularly warm day, sometimes you will see elephants using their ears kind of like fans to put cool air across their bodies. They will also sling water onto themselves or mud. Now, the mud has a twofold purpose. Not only cools them off, but it also puts a protective barrier on their skin to help keep them from getting sunburned. Alright, I thought that one entrance down here by the edge of the water was a little bit further up. As we pass by, though, if you look toward the back,
looks so refreshing.
you should be able to see it there, just by the edge of the water. Now, as we keep moving forward, you will notice that there is a flamboyance of flamingos here to our left. These are specifically greater flamingos. They are the largest and lightest pink of all flamingo species. Also, over here to our right, we can see a herd of wildebeest. They're also called canoe because they make a sound very similar to canoe. Typically, wildebeest separate into all male and all female herds. During migrations, however, those herds will join together to form large groups that can number upward of 1 million. And it sounds like the flamingos wanted me to just talk about them. And it all started making a ruckus when we were talking about the wildebeest.
I don't know what to do right now. I feel like it's like church. Like you're not supposed to talk.
Right, man. So we are getting pretty close here to big cat territory. Now, the rule for cats, generally speaking, is that if they don't want to be seen, they are pretty good at not being seen. So we're going to need to keep a close lookout while we're here. And actually, it looks as though we're going to have a pretty easy job of it. Just up here on the left-hand side, if you look as far right in this open space as you can, you should see that cheetah that's resting up here at the top of this little hill near the tree line. But cheetahs are incredibly well camouflaged to their environment, which helps them to sneak through the tall grass and get up close to their prey before they would break into a sprint. They're able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just about 3 seconds, but they cannot maintain that speed for very long. When they've worn themselves out, it takes about 20 minutes of rest for their breathing and body temperature to return to normal.
A wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy.
Alright, friends, so
Hakuna
I think,
Matata.
yeah, just up here on our left, we can see that there are some lions. They're resting on the Kobe rocks here.
When he was a young warthog.
Looks like there are two females here, and then up at the very top of the Kobe, we can see that there is a male.
How did he get
Lions
up
live
there?
in social groups called prides. A pride usually consists of one male and several females.
How did he get up there?
Of the pride, and the male will stay back and protect the young while the females are out hunting. They are nocturnal, which means that lions are most active at
He
night.
found his aroma like the certain of him. He'd be the savannah after every meal.
We also have heavily padded
He's
claws that help
a
them
sensitive
sneak up on
soul,
their prey.
though he seems
Despite all those
thick-skinned.
advantages, lions are only successful about 1 out of every 15
And
times
it
that they go out for a
hurts
hunt.
that his friends never stood
That they were
downwind.
just resting there at the moment.
And
That's really
oh,
not
the
too fair a
shame.
sight. Lions actually rest about 16 to 20 hours every single day, so you're more likely to see them resting like that than to be up and active. Now here on the left and on the right, we have been able to see the waterbuck. The waterbuck get their name because they consume a rather large amount of water for an ancestral species. Consequently, you never find them too far away from a significant water source. And much like with the kudu that we saw earlier on the journey, you can tell the difference between the males and the females because the males have horns and the females don't. Well, friends, we have seen many magnificent animals on the reserve and here in Africa. Here in Harambe, we live very closely with each and every one of them. It is fantastic, but it does also present its difficulties. For instance, elephants have been known to get into the crops of the farmers here in Africa, and sadly, sometimes the farmers take drastic measures to keep the elephants off of their land. Thankfully, researchers with the Disney Conservation Fund have found out elephants are afraid of bees of all things. So to help the farmers out, they have put up beehive fences around their fields. But this not only helps keep the elephants away and safe, the farmers are also able to sell the honey that the bees make. Sadly, friends, I do have to say our journey is coming to its end. We're nearing the edge of the village where I will be dropping you all off. I hope you have enjoyed your time on the reserve and are seeing the animals as close as it inspires you to be so that we will have these animals around.
I'm so excited to get off of this.
Alright, friends, now if you are looking to find some more wildlife while you're here in Africa, I would suggest checking out the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trip. Really easy to get there. Just head up the hill and then make a
At
right
least you
turn
guys
to
have the option to just click away.
The trail takes roughly 15 minutes or so to complete. But you could take a little bit more time out there as it is a self-guided tour. And before we part ways, friends, I would like to say Kwaharini. Kwaharini means go well. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your time here in Africa, and that you all have a great rest of the day wherever your journey takes you. And if I've had any wilderness explorers on board, you have been on board a Simba 1.
Oh gosh.
Once again, friends, Kwaharini, go well.
I'm running. Now the problem is, I feel like I've forgotten how to talk that entire time. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do so again. Oh, that was rough. Oops. That was rough. You know what? I'm not even saying I'm not saying he was a bad driver. He was not. He was a good driver. Just, it's one of those circumstances where the last driver that we had when we started it, he was so good and we saw so many animals that this was just like, I fell asleep. If I didn't have the gimbal, whatever I said, you know what? We made it, we survived. It was fine. We got the poachers. Little Red is safe for another day. And we rode on symbol 1. So I look at a lot of positives on that one. A lot. So, oh boy. So that's it. We're at, what time is it right now? 5:50. So the park closes in 10 minutes. I'm not going to make it to anything else. So that's going to be it. But does anyone have any questions or comments as I'm walking out of the park right now? I think I'm timing it right. Well, I'm ignoring Cali because I can't take a gimbal and a cell phone on Cali. I'm as much as I hate my phone, I really don't want to lose it over Cali River Rapids. The last time I had to go to the Apple store, it was because my phone that had never been around water at all apparently was getting too much steam in it while I was in the shower, and that caused it to just stop working. So if iPhones can't even stand up to steam from a shower, not even directly in the shower, just near the shower, if they can't stand up to that, I don't think they're gonna do well on Cali River Rapids. I'm taking it in the bathroom. Not directly in the shower. It's in the bathroom. I put it next to the bathroom. Not next to the bathroom. It's in the bathroom, but it's next to the shower. And I put it in a bowl so that way it amplifies the sound because I'm too cheap to get a Bluetooth speaker. And I don't enjoy a hot shower for that fact either. I enjoy a regular temperature shower. And that's it. It's just takes that little amount of steam to ruin your phone. So don't do that. And then when you go to the Apple store and you ask them like, well, isn't the phone supposed to be able to handle water? They're just gonna say, well, yeah, but you shouldn't have spilt water on it. It's like, well, I didn't. It was in steam. Well, no, you're a liar. Like, thank you. Thank you, Apple. Oh, let's go look at an otter.
Oh my goodness! Look at them.
Well, see, you call them otters. Here in Florida, we call them river rats. They're mean, they're nasty, they're vicious. They often walk out into the middle of the road and get run over. I can walk into a gift shop. There's no food. There's no food that's open anymore. It's Starbucks was open for coffee, but the park closes in 5 minutes. I really like to be disappointed. This is what you get. This is on you. Okay, what do you want to see now that we're in here? You know, that's how bag fit only for Rhino, of course, right? So that's nice. I feel like that shirt has fiascos all over it. Those are things. I'm just not in it. I'm not in it. I'm not into that. Someone is, I'm sure. I'm also not into that too. Let's see, what else? What else? Yeah. All of this over here. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not into any of it. Just not into it. I love me a fun shirt like that, but I can't even. No, it's too much. Not into it. Looking for loungefly right here. Of course, we've got the Doug loungefly. Fortunately, just not into it right now. Not feeling it. But got an otter. Otter-wise, I don't know what we'd be looking at. Boom. And we're walking. And we're walking. For some reason, there's a whole bunch of Mickey crap. Not Mickey, Minnie crap. I don't know why there's so much Minnie there. There's no need for it. Like, look at all that Minnie stuff. Who says, you know what, I'm leaving Animal Kingdom. I need to find Minnie. No one says that. Okay. We're going to be this. You asked for Halloween? Here we go. Mini ears. And more mini ears. And more mini ears. And the same mini ears I just showed you. And then more mini ears, the same ones I showed you before. And look, ears. And more ears. And more ears, and more ears, and more ears, and more ears, and there's no way I'm touching. One of the things that I kind of like took into consideration when coming back in the parks is like, if there's something here that I really want, I will buy it. But no more like trying on hats or anything. It's so gross. Why would we ever try on hats? Why would we try on ears? Like, you don't know whose head that was on before. Listen, I've got to disobey him about putting ears on. I can't put ears on. I don't know who did it before. Here's one of the things I'm loving right now. I'm just going to show it off real quick. If you saw those straws right there, a pumpkin straw, you notice it looked like rubber. Those were the straws that they had in Cars Land for Halloween that they would put in the cones. And for some reason, they're putting a rubber tire pumpkin straw in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Which, like, I feel like there's an ironic part of that, because rubber and, like, tire fires and stuff, doesn't that, like, go on forever, basically? And rubber is one of the worst things in the world for the environment. Like, it's so weird. Is that also a sign that Disneyland definitely isn't opening up soon, and they're like, we've got to ship all of our crap over to Florida to try to offload? That being said, of course I have that straw. Birds. I went looking for excitement. I found disappointment. There is no parking lot tram. They are not running trams right now.